If you're looking for pound the best home health and beauty fragrance products, you need to go to ashkickin.com.
Oh, you stupid fool. Did you really think you gonna hit me? Huh? Bam, bam, bam. Over.
DONTAE'S Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? I'm telling you right now, it is getting really, really serious. I mean, not too often do we see a fight of this magnitude where two fighters are on such a high level in the sport of boxing. You rarely see this. And I can honestly tell you that this is a real, true pick'em fight. It is a real, true pick'em fight. And my man, Sergey Kovalev, is seriously fired up. Matter of fact, let me go and quote exactly what he had to say in response to what Andre Ward said. So Andre Ward, he sent out a message on his Instagram, and he basically said, "You got what you asked for," right? That's pretty much the gist of what he said. And then he said, "Now you have to see me on June 17th. Then Sergey Kovalev, he clapped back by saying, quote, "Be ready, motherfucker. I'll finish your career." Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. Where I come from, there are just certain things you say that can really trigger somebody, right? Trigger somebody to do some harm to your ass. And I'm going to tell you, what that man just said, those are serious fighting words. I mean, it's not always the word you use, but how you use the word, right? I mean, you just hear him say you just hear somebody say something like, "Bring it, motherfucker," right? Those are fighting words. That's the type of stuff that, gets somebody who's trying to be calm and don't want to start no stuff. That's the kind of stuff that kind of pulls it out of them. Like, oh, you know what? I tried to hold back, but now I got to act a damn fool. I'm telling you, man, those are the type of fighting words that pulls it out of you. Matter of fact, I'll give you a perfect example. One of my own personal experiences. I remember a long time ago, a couple years back, I don't remember, maybe, I don't know, whenever it was. But anyway, I had a neighbor, this big biker looking dude, right? He worked on cars. He was cool, real nice guy, He worked on cars and everything, so I needed him to do some work on my car. And, I called him up. I said, "Hey, man, can you check this out for me?" He checked it out. It was like a real small type of deal, right? I mean, it wasn't even worth paying him, but I paid him anyway. I gave him some money. It was like a real small deal where he checked some wires, on my truck and whatnot. So I'm driving down the street. I think the same day he fixes it, right? All of a sudden, I notice underneath my hood, while I'm driving down the street, ridiculous smoke starts coming up. Like my car is on fire, right? Man, and this is so crazy. It was like one of them electrical problems where all of a sudden everything shut off in the car, but the motor was still running. Everything shut off. It was the craziest stuff, man. So I hurry up and pull over to the side. I lift my hood up. The whole damn hood is everything underneath the hood, all the wires, everything is melted on fire, right? What this guy did when he fixed my car, because I had 2 batteries in my truck, he basically left the terminals because we took one of the batteries out of the truck. So basically he had the terminals just sitting there. So the positive and the negative basically, touched. It ignited a fire, melted everything underneath my car, caused a whole lot of damage. So I come to the dude and I tell him, "Hey man, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah." And he was like, "Okay, man, I'll fix it, right? Don't worry about it." And I say, "Cool." Now me, I'm being calm and patient, and I'm telling him, I'm saying, "Okay, go ahead and take care of it." I'm telling him this because he keeps pushing the date back. I'll fix it on Wednesday. I come over on Wednesday. Oh yeah, man, I'll do it for you this Saturday. I come over, I call him up on Saturday, and I think like the second or the third time I called him up. Now remember, I'm calm. I'm not coming at him sideways or nothing like that, right? So then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, while I'm like, okay, bro, you said you was gonna take care of it, the week before, and all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere and he says, listen, man, if you're gonna be a dick about it, then I won't fix it at all. And that's when I just lost it. Tried to be calm and cool and collective, didn't want to look like the angry black man, but when he said that, it just triggered something. And that's when I said to him, we were talking on the phone, and I said, okay, how about this? You don't have to fix it at all, and how about I just beat your damn ass? And then I get to yelling, then losing my voice, et cetera, hollering, and I swear to God, after maybe about a minute of that, he hangs up on me, right? He hangs up. Matter of fact, before he hung up on me, I told him, I said, are you at home right now? He said, no, I'm not home right now. So then all of a sudden, he hangs up on me, and I bullshit you not. 10 minutes didn't go by. Maybe I say 15 at the max. I get a knock at my door. The police was there at my door. And they were like, yeah, we got a report that you threatened someone's life. And I was like, ain't this about nothing? This man started getting all rough and tough on the phone. And once again, this big old biker dude with tattoos all over the place and everything. And he was getting all tough, because he said a little bit more about if you're going to be a dick about it. He said something else too. But I was being calm the whole time. So what I'm basically trying to say to you guys is, I think about stuff like that when I hear somebody like Sergey Kovalev say, bring it, motherfucker, right? It just means a little bit more to me when you hear Sergey Kovalev say this. And I always thought it was funny with Sergey Kovalev because, he calls Adonis a monkey, right? And then when he fights Andre Ward, credit to Sergey Kovalev, he's on good behavior, he's trying to be all nice and cordial, and Andre Ward doesn't want none of that. Andre Ward is in fight mode. He's like, we ain't friends, we about to fight. And after Sergey just called another black man a monkey, he's puzzled. He just cannot understand, why doesn't this guy want to shake my hand? Why is this guy being so mean, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, it's reported that Sergey Kovalev, he went on a radio show using the N-word in Russia. He was calling Pascal a piece of shit. And Pascal himself, he said it himself. He was like, well, I could see if he calls, other fighters of different colors a piece of shit, but when you only call them black people a piece of shit, then that comes off obviously as racist. And, of course, he was adding that on top of, the monkey comments, the N-word comments, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, what I think Adonis, or what I think Sergey Kovalev doesn't understand is, I think it's common sense and obvious that if you say something racist about one person, it's offensive to the entire race, right? If some boxer right now is fighting against a Mexican opponent and he says something racial towards that Mexican opponent, are you honestly going to tell me the entire Mexican race is not going to be offended? Of course they are, right? That's like when Donald Trump, when he says, some of these Mexicans that's coming over here are criminals, et cetera, they're rapists, they're this and they're that. Do you think that only offends the ones that actually are criminals and racists? No, it's going to offend the entire race. So at the end of the day, this is going to be a hell of a fight. This fight is going to bring the best out of Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more knockdowns in this fight. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a knockout in this fight. But just like I said in the first fight, the winner of this fight, hands down, is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Hi, You're watching DONTAE'S Boxing Nation.